would like to be at the next event in the top 30? That's what I'm talking about. So guys, this is the turning point that if you don't come up on stage at this event, then you can make the decision right here, right now, at the next event to be up on stage. We want to make it our duty to recognize everybody who deserves it. That's why we did the commission countdown. How many people think that was a success last night?
Yes.
I was inspired by that. I actually had to go last night just because this is a big deal for a lot of us. It may be a big deal for you, but it's a big, I had to step back here and call my daughter last night. And I got a little choked up. And I had to tell my daughter, you can do anything. You can do anything. When I saw almost 95% of people stand up in here, I was inspired. Hey!
Anybody interested in hearing my husband talk? Because I am.
She's sexy. All right. Break in a few minutes. Okay. Just to clarify, okay, so these checks are not like, these checks are how much they've already earned.
You got to go to a big bank to cash.
Okay, in Power, we've only been around for 6 months. And most of these people actually are part-time. Ola and Shola, you guys in? Come on, man. Okay, so we're gonna take a few minutes, all right? So now, these guys do this quite part-time, right? In Power, throw some traffic at it here and there, right? So you guys have made, I think, $30-something thousand with us, $32,000, right? You guys should grab a video, ask them how, with them if they've got time, but don't swarm them too bad. Now, how many people have you brought in total doing Power the whole time? You were in the beginning, but how many people? What do you think, 100 or something like that?
Honestly, I'm not keeping track.
You're not keeping track? You just kind of throw a little traffic
I
at
can't.
it. You bring it about.
I can't even say because I really don't know. I can give you an estimate. I don't know.
Yeah, I saw an email the other day. It's like 15 minutes of work and I made all this money. But the fact is that you don't even know. You didn't even look at it. So you bring in people and toss them in, and you also have people in your team succeeding, don't you?
Say that again?
You also have people in your team who are succeeding.
Yes, John Wells.
Yeah, John Wells, he's in his team. Several others now.
Yeah.
And hey, John Wells, come up here real quick. Just come up here real quick. So he's like,
Hey, John Wells, too. Give him a hand.
you might have a background, I'm not sure. Hello? Hold closer to their face. Okay, so John Wells, he's 2 levels now?
Yes.
Okay, so
Desmond's team.
So you guys have made very part-time income because you have another full-time business on the internet.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Doing very little. You have a link in your emails and things. That
Yeah.
go out. Yeah. He's been online for a little while. And then you came in, you're 2 levels down underneath Ola.
Through Ola, I came in through Desmond, and I was in a desperate situation before I came in. And he fell upon it through some ebook, and having to be through them, they got in, he told me about it, and I just jumped in. Didn't even watch the video.
Go!
That's
how I got in. Didn't watch the video, just got in.
Come on, bring your sponsor up here. Give him a hand. Okay, so now what have you made here?
I don't know, I think
35,
35, something like that.
35,000. Now you're actually bringing over a person a day as of the last 30 days or so.
I got 4 people signed up yesterday, 2 today. I didn't even do anything yet. I didn't even promote since I've been here.
Wait. Now hold on a second. Did you have a big list before you got in?
No, not at all.
How did you learn to market on the internet?
I just followed you guys. Just whatever you guys taught, I did.
So you blogged a little bit excessively. I think you wrote how many posts?
I did that for a reason, to prove that blogging can work, and I just had to did it. I did it as like a case study. I did it, and I had someone else, Nick, do it too, to prove that the system does work. So if anyone says it's BS, it's not, because if I can do it, anybody can do it.
Give him a hand.
So Ola comes in. Here, check this out. It's Ola and Shola, all right, brothers, the MLM brothers, right? Now these guys come in. They just start referring a few people, make an extra $32,000. Now this is $64,000 a year, right? $64,000 a year doing. I mean, how many hours a week do you say you guys do this? I mean, just guessing.
Nothing really. It's just
They came to the meeting, they came.
Exactly what I did is that I don't know how many I'm sure a lot of people on our list. They have a little coupon looking like stuff under every email I send out. And just that coupon, I guess.
And it goes to the sales video, right?
Yeah, it goes.
And then they just go buy and keep buying stuff.
That's it.
And then you got Desmond. So I never even talked to you. How much money you made here? I'm just.
About 30,000.
So he's made about 30. So wait. So you made 30,000. You got Desmond in. He's made 30,000, and you brought John in. And how much you made?
A little bit more than he did.
You made a little bit more than he did. So we got 3 guys making 60,000 a year in 6 months, right? Have you ever made that much before? I'm just curious.
I'm new. It was brand new.
You're brand new. You never been in network marketing before, or have you done it before? You ever made?
Our network.
Okay, you ever made 30,000 in 6 months?
No.
Okay.
No, not online.
How many people have you brought into the system?
About 104.
104 total?
He is now.
Right,
He actually is.
104, and that's in 6 months or so?
Yes.
So 104 in 6 months, okay, so not quite, not a person a day, it's not 30 a month, right? Because that'd be about maybe twice that. Can you get 2 a day? What do you think?
Yes.
After seeing this, are you going to try?
Yes, I am.
Are you going to do it now? Are you part-time or full-time?
I'm full-time now.
You're full-time now. Hey, congratulations, brother. Give me a hand.
Did you get a picture of him?
Yeah, you gotta get a picture with a big ass check. And by the way, just go hang out by some people wearing suits and ties outside of their work building. And once you get a check like this, just kind of hang out with them. Just stand around.
It takes a big bank to cash it.
Just be talking, casual conversation. The work guys are over there, and you'd be like, I love this thing. This little scheme, Hey, thanks, guys. Give him a hand.
Hey, give him a hand, guys.
So, okay, work for them. Now, I don't know if Debbie's here.
Yeah, she's here.
Okay, cool.
Badass.
Okay, so Debbie Turner, she made $35,925, right?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Now you
can sit
well,
there.
we met before. Yeah, we met before. We did the houseboat. Yes, I remember that. So, how many people have you brought in?
I was trying to think. I think it's 70 or 71
Okay, so you brought in 71, and you've been in how long?
since November 7th.
Okay, so since no.
I watched for a week to see what was going on.
Okay, so she watched, and you brought in. You said 70 or so.
Yeah.
Okay, so she brought in 70 people. Okay, and made $35,925. Right? Let's just say this. Let's say. Just hold on a second. Let's say. Okay, so you brought in 70. Now, if you were bringing in 2 a day, let's just work out the math here, just for you guys. 2 a day, dramatically more than you brought in, right? But you brought in a total of 70, so 2 a day would be about 60 a month, right? Which would be 60 times 6 is 360, right? Which is what, 6 times more than she's brought in. And had she done that in the last 6 months, multiply this number by 6, is that about what I said? Isn't that amazing? It's about what we say, isn't it?
Yes.
Are you excited that you can bring in 70 people for 25 and make 35,000?
I am ecstatic.
Can you teach anybody to do this?
Oh yeah.
So how you look at this? Did it work? It worked for her too. Congratulations. Hey, any tips for people who are watching?
People deserve to know about this. Somebody said earlier, if you're just brand new to the industry, you need to go back and sell something else for 6 months before you do this.
Just to know how weenie the commissions are, really.
How many of you really think that's true? This is the easiest, most fabulous opportunity, and people deserve to know this because it doesn't get easier than this. It really doesn't.
It does. Now, did you make your own sales video, or do you just send people to the video? I'm curious.
Just send it to yours.
So you just sent people to our video. You didn't make a video.
No.
You didn't have to set up a website.
No.
You just sent people to the video, and you made 35,000.
Yeah.
Bringing in 70 people in 6 months.
Yeah.
Now, how many people in here currently make more than $70,000 a year? Just to look how small this number of people is. She just matched a $70,000 a year income. Are you part-time doing this? Do you do this full-time or part-time? I'm curious.
I'm full-time, but with Empower Network, part-time.
How many hours a week do you say you dedicate to make 35,000? I'm curious. Over the last 6 months. Yeah.
Well, but this isn't my only stream of income. So this just.
So it's very part-time.
Oh, very part-time.
Very part-time. An hour a day or less?
Not even.
Not even an hour a day. So how many people in here make $70,000 a year working an hour a day? Well, that's it. Well, we got you raise your hand. Come on, I do it. Right? Who here thinks that's cool? Hey, is Barbie? I didn't know if you were here. Hey, bring Barbie's check out too. I think so. We haven't met ever in person, so it's nice to meet you too. Well, we had a check, but I wasn't sure he was here. Yeah. There's a few people who aren't here. But yeah, get a picture. Oh, Dave, come, picture. Now, everybody here, get your cameras out. Everybody take pictures of this stuff.
Check down. Yeah, I mean, yeah, we're so tall.
You know what I mean? This needs to go on Facebook. But on the note, you say this is less than an hour a day. In 6 months. Who here thinks that's cool? You know what I'm saying? Give her a hand. Okay,
Ed from Ohio!
Now this guy is a little bit different. I've known Ed for a while. He buys everything. And I love him. All right, so Ed from Ohio, he joins. And when was the first time you ever sponsored people without picking up the phone?
October 31st.
Right. Now you're a phone guy, right?
I'm a phone guy.
He's a phone guy, and you emailed your list, and people just what? What did they do?
They just flocked in.
They just flocked in. Have you ever made this much money without picking up the phone?
I didn't even write the email.
You didn't write
I copied and pasted his stuff.
So you copied his email, sent it out. Now, how many people have you brought in total at 25? What do you think? This 36,000. You've done more than that by now. Well, it's been a few days. You know, we have these.
Let's see.
How much have you made? It might be.
For the events, I don't know what I've made since then, but I was at 38,000 plus, and I was at 99 people exactly.
Okay, so, right? It matches the numbers exactly, doesn't it? So that means that 2 a day, right, over the last 6 months, it would have been 30,000.
Keep the doctor away and the phone away.
Yeah, it keeps the doctor and the phone away, doesn't it? Who here is excited about not doing calls all day? All right, so that's exciting. Hey, okay, so does it work?
Oh, it works like a charm.
Can people do this?
Yeah.
Have you ever ran into something so easy for people to do?
This is the first thing I've done. I've done the same business for 9 years. This is the first thing I've ever done that I'm changing my business model. So.
I mean, we're talking about, so it's actually at 38,000. So we're talking about 80,000 a year. How many hours a week have you been working this?
I do an email about every 3 days that you guys give me.
And you don't have a huge list.
No.
It doesn't have a huge
I
list.
didn't know there was a such thing as a list until last year. So.
Yeah, he ran into me. He's like, I've been calling people. This is awesome.
I used to buy lists and I would call all day. Just call.
He's one of the guys that can do it. Give him a hand for that, by the way. But I remember a call. This is early on, and I don't know if you remember this or not, but we just launched, and he called me. He says, dude, I have never made money without picking up the phone. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? Isn't this badass?
Yeah.
38,000 without picking up the phone. How'd you like that to be 38,000 a month without picking up the phone?
It's gonna be.
It's gonna be. All you gotta do is get 2 a day. Give him a hand, everybody. And by the way, guys, when we're up here, this is fine to get on video, by the way, and post
Jamie,
up.
you here?
Guys, these videos can make you a lot of money. Is Jamie Soriano here? I had no clue. So Lawrence, you might know. Is he here? Okay, I have no clue. Okay. So he made a bunch of money too, and he isn't here. 40,000. Hey,
Mike, Adam.
Please, here, take this one back.
Hey, give these guys a hand.
Now, this is fun to look at. And by the way, guys, why are we doing this? It's because, honestly, most of these people have done almost nothing. And none of us have ever seen people making this much money doing almost nothing, truthfully. Who's here has ever seen anything like this? Ever. No. Now, you've seen people making lots of money working their ass off all day, right? But you ever seen people making 30,000 in 6 months, sending an email every 3 days? You know what I mean? All right, so you, 41,000, right? About?
Yeah.
Okay. Now you guys have been marketers for a while. We've known each other for a long time, right? I've known Mike for a long time, so I know he has a little bit of a list. But I mean, do you guys pound your list every day? I mean, you don't pound. You rarely ever email them? Okay, is that true?
That's true.
Okay, all right. So, how many hours a week, or how many hours of work would you say you put in about average a week in Empower Network? What do you say?
I do at least 1 hour a day just teaching my team to blog. So.
Okay. So he does about an hour a day. Now, who in here makes? Now, to be fair, who in here makes more than $82,000 a year? Because it's $41,000 times 2. Who in here does make that much money, right? Now, who in here can leave your hands up if we say who in here makes that much money in an hour a day? Right? Is that badass?
Badass.
You think you put you think that's going to be $40,000 a month? What do you think?
Yep.
Maybe $400,000 a month. You guys are gangsters. Isn't that badass, man?
Oh, yeah.
You ever made that much money doing this much nothing? You know what I'm saying? That's the vision, man. It's the dream, right? Just damn get 2 a day. It's easy. All right, give me a hand, guys.
Get a picture, man? Hey, get a picture with you.
Oh, yeah, get a picture. Hey, guys, get your cameras out. Get this stuff on film. You can't see this. Nobody's ever seen it. Guys, this is why one of the reasons why we're doing this event is because nobody has ever seen anything like this.
Alex
A lot of
Z.
people
Alex
make lots
Z.
of money. Oh, Alex Z. Alex Z. Hey, man. Give Alex Zuberev a hand. Am I saying your name right, dude? I don't know if I said
This is Alex Z. I mean, why even try to
Is
screw
it
it up?
Zuberev? How do you say your last name? Zuberev? Okay, great to meet you in person. You're badass. Okay, so you paid $44,994. When we print the check, probably more by now. Probably more. So, I mean, how many people have you brought in 25?
So far about 260 now.
Okay, so about 260, slightly more, right? So you're bringing in quite a few.
About 2 a day.
How much are you making a month right now? I'm curious. I don't actually know.
I think it's about 6.5.
About $6,500 a month. About $6,500 a month. How many hours a day are you working for that?
Oh man, it's about 1 hour a day.
About an hour a day. So an hour to 2, about $6,000 a month. Annualized is about $72,000 a year, and it's going up, right? Going good.
Yeah.
Now-
I'd say so.
Yeah, it's going up a little bit. So 44. So this is 80. 88,000, 89,000. About $90,000 a year in an hour a day. Now, who in here makes $90,000 a year? Just raise your hand. Now, how many of you can keep your hands up if we say an hour a day? Yeah. Right? Who here thinks it's cool you make $90,000 a year in an hour a day? Do you think that's cool?
Yeah.
I think it's awesome. It's actually replaced my full-time income. And it's a lot easier than working 10 hours a day.
What was your
Alex, are you
what was
still
your
working,
full-time
bro?
income?
Are you still working?
What?
Yeah, I'm still working. I'm a system engineer for Time Magazine.
And he's working.
Okay, wait. Hold on a second. So a systems engineer for Time Magazine, how many hours a week you work there?
40 hours.
So 40 hours a week, and here it's how many hours?
Like 10.
10 hours a week. So a fourth of the hours, and it's the same income?
That's what it is.
Who here thinks that's badass? Give him a hand, everybody. Yeah, what?
Yeah, get a picture. All right, cool. Good job, bro. Give him a hand, guys.
Hey guys, everybody with cameras. Now, some leaders like to be swarmed and others don't. All right, so just respect people. Get videos with these guys. They love it because it's free exposure, and you can make money from the videos. You know what I'm saying? Ask them how they did it. Learn from them. Do you guys ever seen so many people making money doing very little work before ever? No. You know what I'm saying?
This is what awesome looks like. Chris and Jessica Darty. Give him a hand, guys.
So we're getting up. Now this is interesting because we've only been around 6 months. Okay, so remember these already earned this. So you guys have earned around 46,000. Yeah. So 46,000. Okay, Jessica, congratulations. And how many hours a week do you? I mean, are you doing this? I actually don't know with you guys because you're weird.
I do most of it, and to be honest, I waste so much time every day. It's like,
He's kind of spacey like me.
Wait, what do you do? Are you refreshing?
Wait, what do you do before? Had you ever made this?
He does.
He is refreshing.
I do mostly refreshing.
We're a little ADD guys.
He sits basically in refreshes his.
He kind of he rambles a lot. I don't know where he learned that. So you've made, 46,000 in 6 months. You ever made that much money? No.
What did you do before this, bro?
I was a broke unemployed construction worker.
So another broke construction worker. Now
I made $600 a month.
I would enjoy this if this was like 45,000 a month. I think it'd be really good for you guys. What do you think about 45,000 a month?
Yeah, I'm definitely down for that.
Can you get to a day?
Yeah, absolutely.
Just send people the video, right? It's easy.
Really?
Look at this, guys. I mean, first of all, look at Chris. And then look at the check. Right?
Check is bigger than him.
Now do that again.
The check is bigger than him.
And if you say, I can't do that, then there's something wrong. I'm kidding. You guys are off. He's gangster. These guys are off. Hey, badass, man. I appreciate you guys.
Love you, Chris.
Give him a hand, everybody.
I was at the launch, if you will, or beta test group launch of Empower Network. And what they said about getting to the event is valuable because I was at the launch. I got to see how these guys introduced Empower Network to the world. And it's invaluable. It sold me on Empower Network. Obviously, I'm here for my husband. I support him what he does. An entrepreneur ever since I've known him. And so being there was so good because I got to see these guys work, who they are, and I couldn't recommend it any more than say, get your spouses there, get those around you that you love there, because they'll be able to see it with you, this vision to empower people.
Thank you. Isn't this fascinating how many people are making money? You know what I mean?
Simon.
Oh, it sure is a lot. Simon. Now, he's different because I'm actually curious, Simon, how long have you been in Empower Network?
3 months now. 3 months, yeah. That's
You just so this is like $10,000 out of
I gotta
day.
use the restroom really quick. Yes.
It's just shy of 60,000 actually.
We did this earlier in the week. Just give him some slack. What's your biggest day here?
Biggest day, was it $4,500?
$4,500. Now you weren't expecting it to be this good when you got in, right?
I'll admit, and I do say it, I did think it was a bit of a nickel and dime program when I joined, but it absolutely shocked me. The first 3 weeks, of course, I've been online a long time, so I've got a bit of a list. Not a huge list, but it does tend to line me a little bit. So basically, after 3 weeks, I was like, wow, this is absolutely phenomenal. And then the last week I went for it, as you do in the first month, and that competition got me going a little bit, and it just blew me away. I mean, I'm absolutely shocked how good this company is, the people, and this is the best event I've ever been in my life, and I've been a few over the years, and so much fun, it's great. I can't say enough.
Well, you came from the UK.
Yeah.
Give him a hand, everybody. I want to ask some more questions about this badass check here.
How many people think his accent's badass?
So, folks, this is not 100,000 a year because you can't double because he's only been in 3 months. So multiply it by 4. That's 200,000 a year average, but it's going up, isn't it?
It's going up. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I mean, how many people are you bringing in a day? I'm just curious.
Varies. I mean, about 214 total. So what's that? I don't know. Varies from.
About 100 months, about 3 a day.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
So he's bringing in. Wait, 240. I can't add properly. No, it's like 2 a day. That's like 2 a day for 3 months.
Crikey, my mind's gone.
Crikey.
It's a lot. I mean, it's.
So you're crikey. They say that over there. Right?
What do we say here? We say oh shit and they say crikey.
No, they're badasses. Now there's about 1,000 people in Empower Network in the UK. I don't know if you knew that.
Yeah.
About 1,000, and most of them are in this guy's team. Cool.
I didn't know that.
Well, most of them are, yeah. Well, you don't know them. You're just making the money. You don't have to do. Wait, you're not doing a lot of 3-way calls, are you?
I haven't done any.
You didn't do any home meetings?
Nope.
No hotel meetings?
Nope.
Did you build a sales video?
Nope.
You didn't make a sales video? You didn't do any meetings? You didn't do any calls?
Around and cool.
Wait, are you prospecting 50 people a day?
Nope. And I only worked about an hour a day, if that.
So who here makes, okay, so multiply that by 4, that's 200,000 a year, and by the way, going up. And who in here works an hour a day and makes 200,000 a year? Now who thinks that's cool, right? Okay, give a hand. 2 a day, that's 2 a day.
Guys, give him a hand. This is Simon. Give him a hand, guys. Hey, Kirsten, here's the interesting thing, and I learned this a long time ago, was that the hour, a lot of times I was working 8 hours a day, and 7 of it was just wasteful bullcrap that I was doing. The 80-20 rule, usually it's 95-5. The 5% of the work that you do makes you 95% of your income. It should be called the 95-5 rule. But that's, I think these guys have more than anything mastered that concept.
Yeah, because why would you work 8 hours if you just work 1 and make 10 times?
Franco!
You know what I'm saying? Franco! Now Franco's another one of these internet gangster guys. So 104,000. Yeah, wait, so it's up how high?
65.
It's higher than that? So there's like, it's a little bit weird because this was a week ago or whatever when we looked at these. Yeah. But actually, some of the guys, this is true. Some of the people early on, we were doing the thing with Link Point. A lot of you guys remember that, right? Some people still have accounts there, and some of their numbers, they still have subscriptions. They're still active in our system, but the numbers are a little bit off for some of those guys, right? So you still have some subscriptions that are active in our
As long as the money comes in.
So he's made 65, which is actually about $130,000 6 months. 136.
About 3 months, guys. I really haven't been active for 3 months.
Right. Okay. So this is 3 months of work in the beginning, right? 3 months of work in the beginning, or what was it? No.
About 2 weeks of work in the beginning.
2 weeks. What'd you do exactly?
Log daily. I told others on Facebook that you're great and you can do it too.
Yeah.
And I collected my money.
So basically, you worked for a couple weeks and made 65,000. So you got to correct that. Everybody now. Who here thinks that's cool? Who here has ever seen an easier way to make money than that? I'm just curious if it's been easier. You know what I mean?
Yeah, legal.
Yeah, I'm saying.
Legal.
Badass.
Can anybody do this?
Anybody can do this.
Now, a lot of people, this goes back to they're like, well, the internet doesn't work for the average person, but this thing actually does, doesn't it?
If you stop trying to get in your own way, stop complicating it, leave the damn thing simple and just get paid.
That's it. This shit works, guys. Hey, give them a congratulations. Everybody. Picture. Get a picture. Thank you, man, that is just game check. Now, what the hell? Damn check. Is Clay here? Clay's here. I've never met Clay in person. Just talked to him on the phone. Is Clay here? Clay Montgomery? I didn't know, so I just left his. Okay, I'm gonna assume no. Here, take this one. Raven's here. Raven Star. Is she here? Huh? Raven.
Oh, there she is. Give her a hand, guys.
Give her a hand. Now this is the truth. You always got to wonder what Raven's gonna say. She's a wild thing.
It's so cute.
Yeah,
You're my brother.
Yeah. She's not going to say what she said at the private meeting the other night. All right, so 54,822. Now, I happen to know you because we talk a lot. And you haven't really focused on this full time, have you?
This is not full time.
So how many, what did you do to make 50?
You guys want to know what I did?
I'm curious.
Because everybody comes up here and it's like, I can feel that people want the real deal.
Yeah.
Like, what did these people really do? So, everybody's got a list, whether you know it or not. So take out your cell phone. Everybody grab your cell phone. Right now. That would be a good time.
Raven, just listen to her. Don't be a wussy. I have no idea what she's going to tell you.
This is exactly how I made the money. So I got in and I started texting because everybody's like such a wussy. They're afraid to go. Seriously, most people are afraid to go and contact the people they know, and especially the people making money. Well, I know a guy who's done $1 billion on the internet in sales. I know another guy who's got 450,000 people on his list. Tom, where's Tom?
Tom's somewhere.
He's on his phone.
So he's got his phone in his hand. So I know all these people, and I know people who are broke. And most people, you've got people on your phone right now who are successful, and you've got people who are broke, but you're afraid to go and contact them. So what I did was I started texting everybody, because texting, people respond more than email, and I started texting people and saying, how would you like to get into a business that's $25? It's growing faster than what Facebook and Google did at their launch in the first 6 months. You can get in at the beginning, and I believe that this company is going to pay out $100 million in the next year. If you had that conviction, imagine if you got a text message that said that for $25. People started responding back to me. I did 5 conference calls just to pre-frame people because I know people that are kind of classy, and if they see these two dudes on a video, they're like, what the hell is Raven smoking? What is she doing? So I got them on a conference call for a few minutes, and I said, okay, if you look at Mark Zuckerberg, he's like a dweeb, right? I mean, it's like a dweeb.
It's the secret, guys, right here.
So I was like, so these guys look like they're
homeless. Well, we were homeless, yeah.
What I said was they look like they're surfer drug addicts. But
comes out on stage, guys.
So they have that look and that fire and that passion. Because these people who know me know, the last company I picked, it was a juice company, and I told everybody, this company is going to $1 billion. It's going to $1 billion. Everybody's like, there's Zango, there's Noni, there's Vital, there's Himalayan Goji. What makes you think this company is going to $1 billion? And I said, I look at the management. I look at the people running the company. And I went out, I flew to Salt Lake, and I met the management, and they had this $1 billion attitude, even though they had never done $1 billion in a company. And I told everybody I knew, this company is going to go to $1 billion faster than Google. And we went to $1 billion in 1 year, in 4 years. Google did that in 6 years. And then everybody's like, damn, how'd you know that? And so I've got to tell you, these two guys, they have that it thing. And I can tell that in the next year, they're going to pay us $100 million.
There we go.
Picture.
Hey, you're badass, by the way. I like how you yell when you talk. I do that too.
Guys, give her a hand.
Hey, that's how you sell it, dog. That's how you sell it, man. I'm selling that shit to stockbrokers, dog.
See, now you gotta get Raven in the video. Yeah. Because people see it and they go like that. But they get in. They get in.
Is Nicole here?
I don't even know who this is.
I don't either.
Is Nicole Ramashko?
Just scream if you are.
I actually don't know who you are. I didn't know that you had made 58,000, so I apologize.
Who thinks it's badass that we don't know who she is and she's not even here, but she's made 50,000?
Apparently, Nicole made 58,000.
Hold on, let me hide his name. On the fast track, I'm Rob
Hey, brother. Now, the reason the numbers are up. Now, I'm actually going to talk about this because we haven't really. I want to talk about that two-position thing. Can we talk about it? Because we're okay with this. Okay, so the numbers are a little bit off from what he said yesterday. Okay. Now, folks, just so everybody knows here, does everybody here know that we have a no two-position rule? Does everybody know this? Okay, has anybody ever been in a company and you grab two positions to catch your own bonuses? I mean, honestly, you know what I mean? I've never done it, but people have done it all the time. Well, in Power Network, early on, we realized that you can do that, right? So we didn't really bring it up. Rob did it because, of course, he's a schemer, you know. So he made an extra, $40,000 or $50,000, right? But just so everybody knows, so everybody's like, hey, he said it was more than that. Well, it was, but you're not doing that now, right?
Yeah. See, when they started, they didn't have that no two policy, and it's like, well, shit, I can double my money.
We were just going fast and
And then they changed the rules. Now what we do is if you have two positions, stop marketing the second position, go back to that front position, No, what you want to do is you don't want to cheat your upline, which in my case happens to be these guys. You don't want to cheat them out of their commission because they send you mean shit. Because you want to maintain your integrity. Because think about it yourself. If everybody on your team went to get 2 positions, you make no money. So you got to operate from a point of integrity.
I think the money's cool. I think the integrity is more cool.
Yeah. Well, no, this is what happened actually. This is early on. Rob emailed me, and he said, hey, look, I realized that I did get an email from him. He said, I realized that, I didn't know when I started, but I got 2 positions, and I'm catching my own pass-ups. Can we fix it? That's why we're bringing it up with Rob, because guys, and I want to talk about this just here for a second, is Empower Network, we want to build a culture of integrity here, okay? That's one of the reasons why, when we launched, we were actually at another event that I had brought people to. It's the original reason for the NDA is because I didn't want people running around the event pitching our thing to the people who were at the event. Does that make sense? So, not a cross-recruiting culture, right? That we don't want to have that because then people don't want to invite people back. And we want to maintain integrity, and who deserves the pass-ups from your position? The sponsor. The sponsor. And so we made the rule. We just haven't told people about it because sometimes people do it on accident, and it is true. They do it. They grab 2 positions. It's very common in other network marketing companies. We're not trying to front-end load people. No 2 positions. Just so everybody knows. Everybody okay with that rule to give the pass ups to the sponsor who deserves them, right? So everybody give Rob 4 hands because he did that in integrity. So I appreciate that.
On the fast track.
What I'll say is always dance with the one that brought you, even if they can't dance.
Yeah, absolutely, bro.
Give a hey guys, come on, take a check.
Daryl. Now, you'd expect this to stop eventually, but it just keeps going.
God.
I mean, how are you going to do this?
We're going to be a little late on the break, guys. We're supposed to go to break at 4, but this is better anyways, right?
Yeah, don't you think so? All right, so you made 61,000. Is that accurate, or have you made more? I'm actually curious. You made a little more.
They were taken last week. Last week.
So $61,469 that you've made. Congratulations, by the way. How's it feel to realize that you've made 60? You probably realized that before.
Yeah, that's.
Well, you're over 10,000 a month now, aren't you?
Yeah.
Okay. 10,000 last month. Give her a hand.
She's the sweetest thing ever.
Now, how many people have you brought in?
I think it's about 150.
How long have you been in?
I was in since you launched, and actually I was watching one of the pre-launch videos, and I saw you two in this hotel room kind of jumping around, and after about 10 minutes I'm like, who are these yahoos?
She's honest.
And I called my sponsor and I said, are these guys for real? And he said, yeah, they're cool. It's like, okay, because this deal looks really good. I've been on the internet for quite some time, for like 12 years, and I have to tell you, this is the easiest thing I've ever done. Nice. So my primary program, this is now my primary program.
Can you say why it's the easiest thing you've ever done?
Because I've got the best response from my list. People really love this program because they're making money in it, and it's easy. Just like you said, well, maybe it's simple. It's simple. And everything's already done. You know, like I said, I've been online a long time. It took me a year to set up my first website. It took me another year to understand how to use an autoresponder system. Another year how to, learn how to do autoresponders and lead capture pages. But I built all that stuff from scratch, and that takes a lot of time. And people don't have that time. They want to make money. They need to make money now. And this gives people money now, plus the residual income is phenomenal.
I'm just amazed that you've done kind of exactly what we've said, but smaller numbers, and it's just exactly predicted. Isn't that amazing, Dave? I was telling you about this the other week, isn't it? Like, it's perfect, isn't it? 10,000 a month is easy, isn't it?
It's simple.
How many hours a week did you work last month doing this?
Oh, I just probably do an hour a day, just sending emails. That's all I do. A couple emails a week is all I send, so maybe 2 hours a week.
So about 120,000 a year in an hour a day? You're not doing home meetings?
No.
No, nothing wrong with them, right?
No.
But you're not doing it?
No.
You're not doing hotel meetings?
No.
You're not showing the plan in coffee shops.
No.
You're not wandering around in Walmart.
No.
You're just getting money in an hour a day. How's that for a change, guys? Give her a
Give her another hand, guys.
Give her a hand.
Brian, you careful. Now he's not here. Is Brian's back?
Is Brian Addison here?
This is his nephew. Come on, bro.
Hey, come on.
Get your uncle set.
Something happened to the family. He's in the hospital or something. Stepmom?
Here, get behind the chair.
Well, this is his nephew. So this is Brian's nephew.
Nobody's ever actually seen Brian's
Number's
face.
actually off.
The numbers, this is off. Oh yeah, his number is actually off.
Yeah.
It was the whole subscription tracking thing. He's actually over 100,000, isn't he?
It's at 120,000.
So this is like half of what he's actually, and he actually doesn't have two positions. Either this, actually from this position, I knew this number was off, we should fix it. But he's at like 120,000. Last month it was like 20,000, wasn't it? Right? He might not have told you.
I'm not exactly sure.
He's over 20,000, but he sponsored also Lisa Diane, who's taken off, right? She's made like 50,000 in 2 months or something.
Which is your mom.
So I don't know how much you know about Brian, but what has he said, because you're his nephew, about how easy it is to make money in power? I actually don't know, so I'm curious.
Well, I know it's a funny story, actually.
I'm interested.
I know when he first got in, he came to us and he was like, hey, there's this thing called Empower Network. Do you want to make a system for it? Do you want to go ahead and get involved? We're like, we don't really know too much about it. You go ahead and you can have it as like a side thing. Don't worry. We come knocking on his door a couple months later, like, hey, Brian, where's all this money coming from? You made like 85,000 already. He's like, yeah, remember that side thing you told me I could do? Yeah, it was Empower Network, and I just kind of made the sales, and here's the money. So I was like, well, can we get in on this?
No. So now Lisa's in, and she's made. I mean, she's amazing, and I actually don't know what she. We're gonna bring her out in an interview here in the next couple of days. You don't have to tell what she's doing. If we can get a hold of her, but she doesn't. Her email goes to support, and so does the phone. So I don't know where she learned that from, right? But in any case, she's made about 42, 43, 45, 50,000, something like that in 2 months, and she brings in about 2 people a day. So she's actually overshooting the numbers by a long shot. But everybody gets all in, right? Who are in her group, right? That's right. They all get all in because she doesn't sponsor wussies.
That's right.
No wussies allowed. All right. Hey guys, get back. The next way. Hey, let's get a DJ. Roll back. All right. Tracy Walker.
Give Tracy a hand, guys. It's ATL. Now we gotta give Tracy a hug. I don't care who you are.
Now is that an accurate number? Because I thought you said 98.
Yeah, about 98.
So this was like a week ago or something or whatever, right? So you came in, and we've been working together for a long time, right?
Yes.
Okay, so how many hours a day are you working at this?
Oh, maybe about 2.
About 2. Okay, a little bit more. She's aggressive. You know what I mean? She's like, well, I'll put an extra hour in there, but it's like twice the money. So it's it's 98,000. It's a little bit off. So it's like 196,000 a year, but it's going up, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
What did you do last month?
I'm averaging about 15 a month.
15,000 a month and 2 hours a day. Who thinks that's cool? How many people do you usually bring in a day? I'm curious.
Actually, I'm averaging about like 1.5. I'm not quite 2.
Yeah.
But I would say somewhere between 1 and 2 a day.
Okay, so between 1 and 2 a day, and it's over 10,000 a month, isn't it?
Yes.
Exactly what we say?
Exactly.
Is it exactly consistent?
It is exactly consistent.
Have you seen this work with people on your team as well?
Yep, absolutely.
You have some people in your team succeeding too. Who in here is in Tracy's team and has made money? Have you ever had people in your team make money so easy before?
No.
And it's not her skill. She's obviously skilled, right? What is it? This is honestly easier, isn't it?
This is easier. It's easier to send them to you.
It's cheating, guys. Just get people damn video. You know what I'm saying? Just get people who's a little bit more confident and just follow the process now. You know what I'm saying?
I was talking to a guy in the hallway. He's been following you for God knows how long and was with your primary and all this. And he says, well, I'm using this other system. And when they come into this system, then I start off with the Empower emails. He goes, I can't convert. And I said, so you're leading them with something else, and then you're trying to bait and switch them into Empower Network. That's why the conversions are off. I said, what I think you should do is get out of your own way. I think you should just stop doing sales videos and just send the traffic to the page where Dave and Dave are on it. Send the Empower emails to it, and I bet that your conversions will go up. Just get out of your own way. He's just.
Well, no, let's talk about this for a second. Just for about 2 years.
It's so consistent amongst the group that people, we keep saying it, like Raymond is saying it, everybody is saying it, and we keep saying it because we want people to go home, and these videos are not for you to put on a sales video. Yeah. These videos are for you to put in your emails when you're building a relationship.
Yeah, so guys, I just want to point something out here real quick, okay? So for about 2.5 years, and we've been in companies together and things, but I taught people how to do all this stuff that I was doing, right? And I always wondered why nobody quite succeeded like me but Rob Four, right? And then one night I was a little drunk, and I was hanging out with a guy. Now, I'm not mentioning his name because a lot of people know who he is, and I was like, how much money are you making, dude? You know? And he's like, you know who he is, $3,000 a month. And I was like, what? It's like everybody knows who you are. You know, how many leads you get? He's like 15 a day. And he's like, you're only making $3,000 a month? Right? And I was like, and he's like, yeah, I'm just doing what you're doing, Dave. And I said, really? So then I went and I looked at his website, right? And here's what I found out. I tried to watch his video, got bored in about 3 minutes. Didn't work very well. But then I sat through the whole thing, and then a buy button finally come up. And the buy button went to another sales video that was an hour long. So he just sent me to a sales video that went to a buy button that went to another hour-long sales video. So let's say I wanted to buy something.
You
really
don't
bad.
want no more.
I had my credit card. I was like, I like this guy. I want to buy. It would have taken me 2 hours to find out how. And then when he did, he got a $2 commission. You know what I mean? So I'm like, you know, I burst into laughter because, of course, I was drunk. And I said, you are not doing what I'm doing at all. And that's the difference, folks, is until you're making $100,000 a year, just do it my way, then do whatever the hell you want to do.
And why is everybody saying this is easy is because we've been doing this, what we're talking about, what he's doing, obviously, for so long.
And that guy works 10 hours a day for $3,000.
Yeah, we were grinders, and that's what most leaders were, and still are oftentimes, is grinders. And that's what we mean by this is easy. It's just, it's simple. It's so simple. You focus on conversions, keep it simple, and let people buy the damn products they want to buy. Exactly.
It's actually harder for me now because I'm so used to grinding that I have so much time now. And I've said this to my team, it's a shift, literally, that I'm sitting around and I don't know what the hell to do for like hours. And I don't watch TV that much. And so then you need friends that make money because everybody else that you know is working. They can't do what you can do. And so you basically want to kill yourself.
These guys need to make sense. So wouldn't it be fun if like this whole room of people were like making $10,000 a month doing nothing, we all go party in the truck?
Absolutely.
Tracy Walker, hand ATL, baby.
Cool. Got it? Cool. Hey, awesome. Chuck Marshall there. Now you got to give this guy a hand because he's just badass, right?
Man, I wouldn't have missed
We're getting up there now. Who's up there
Nothing.
making $220,000 a year?
Hey, dude. Hey.
I mean, you could be here. Yeah, great.
Guy came from vacation. He cut his vacation early a little bit, right, to be out here.
Hey, have you ever been to an event in a company?
In 6.5 years I've been doing this stuff. It's the first time ever.
Why'd you come here but you didn't go? You know, I'm just curious. You told me that and I was like, really?
Yeah. Well, I just really feel like I wanted to be here. I don't know, just the energy, the environment you guys create. It's cool. I really wanted to be here. I was telling my wife, I was like, I really want to go to this, and so like.
So you were in Hawaii and you wanted to come to Atlanta.
Yeah, I was on Maui and I was like, I want to come to Atlanta.
All right. Okay, so give a hand, right? So now he's on track. His income is going up every month. You're on track. Your income will probably be over $30,000 this month. I know because I've been watching. And that's a lot of money. And it didn't take 2 to 4 years. Have you done any meetings?
No.
No?
I know.
Did you You don't do a lot of prospecting calls?
No, not at all.
How many hours a day do you do Empower? Because you've got multiple sources of income too. You've been in the industry for a while, got some influence, right?
Yeah.
Sponsored the contest winner, you know?
I don't do like any outbound calls, or I don't try to, which is one thing I need to work on after being here, is upsell more.
You showed what you did in the 15K, I think.
Yeah, he does magazine ads. And by the way, all the lead generation strategies the leaders are using are all in the 15K formula, right?
That's why we're not doing a whole lot of like, here's how we, because it's already there.
You guys got the product. We asked who had it. Almost everybody in the room had it. Those of you who don't, just go buy it. And every lead strategy that is, it's right in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so like if people call me or email me or with questions, I'm more than happy to get back to them, but I don't spend any time outbound doing anything, prospecting, meetings.
So you're not doing meetings. Are you sending people to our sales video, or what are you? Yeah. They go to our sales video, and that's how they're buying.
Yeah, I don't recreate anything.
And you're not really trying to upsell.
No, if I did, I would probably be making a lot more.
Well, he would be making a lot more, but the fact is, he still has made $109,000.
Well, he's in Hawaii. He's in Hawaii doing that kind of stuff. I mean, why the hell would he want to? I mean, shit.
I mean, $220,000 a year. Now, I'm just curious, how many people in the room here make more than $220,000 a year or more? The hands are going down, right? It's just a few people. Now, how many people make $220,000 a year in an hour a day? Isn't it fascinating that the only ones are here? Is this the easiest way to make money you've ever found? I'm just curious.
No, yeah, I mean, I come from doing a lot of like high ticket stuff, and then got involved with this like a week after you guys launched, and it's become like one of my primary sources of income now. So.
Yeah. So and now you're starting to get some pass ups kicking in big time, aren't you?
Yeah. Thank you, Matt. Thank you.
Well, those pass ups start to get sexy, and you bring in about 2 people a day, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, I've got a little over, I think, right around 600 personal, 600 I bought in.
Well,
so.
An hour a day, 600 people, and the way you market, it's in the 15K formula.
Absolutely.
So what you do is in the 15K formula.
Yeah.
So everybody here who has the 15K formula, it's all in, can just go watch that webinar, right?
Absolutely.
And they can learn exactly what you're doing?
Yes, sir.
If you ain't all in, just get in, right? All right, give them a hand, everybody. Let's take a picture. I want to join again.
Tony, here you go, bro. Take your check. Appreciate you, man.
What?
Tony Rush, the Russian.
Hey guys, and Jessica.
Email, yeah.
Okay. Now, do you haven't had one of these?
Tony Rush comes
Cash
up
it really
in the
the
lights
for
did.
videos.
What's up?
Right now, guys, I want you to share a little bit more of this story. Can you share a little bit more? I know you're talking tomorrow, I think, right? So I don't know if you want to share that then. Oh, whatever you want to do, dude. Doesn't matter, I just want you to make lots of money doing nothing. How's that?
Right on.
Yeah, so you didn't get into this thinking it was going to be this big ass income.
No, I thought it was like, I thought it was going to be a ClickBank product or something, I mean, it looks like this affiliate thing that's really hot for like 2 weeks and then just kind of peters out and nobody ever hears of it again.
Yeah.
So I thought it was a good way to make a couple $1,000.
So he emails his list and a few people got in. 119,000, this is 6 months, so that's like 240,000 a year, not bad. A little low, yeah, it was a start, you know what I'm saying? But no, I mean, how many hours a week do you work for this?
Probably 2 hours a day.
So 2 hours, so he's a little up there, working hard. So folks, we're talking about essentially, and his check's going up all the time, isn't it? Yeah. Check's going up. It spikes and valleys, but it's like this, you know what I mean? And you're not really doing any more work. The check's just going up.
Yeah. It's kind of freaky.
It is kind of freaky. Have you ever made money this easy?
No, I used to beat the phone. I mean, I was grinding. I mean, I was on the phone all the time.
It's awful, isn't it?
It's awful. I've just
throw the cell phone away. I mean, they're good for videos and stuff, but just for talking, it's like, God, stop calling me. This is my pocket. Oh, my wallet belongs there.
It's awful.
So now you don't make your own sales videos.
No, I just use your stuff.
You're just using the stuff that you use our capture pages?
Yeah.
How many leads you generated here using our pages?
I think my list is like 4,000.
From this? It's a little list, and you've made $119,000. And you generated from those 4,000 here?
Yeah, I started from scratch.
So he started from scratch here and made $119,000. Doing what exactly? He wrote his first blog post the other day, by the way. Get my hand for that. He's starting to learn. Right? So what'd you do?
Video number 3 in the 15K formula.
So if somebody watches the video number 3 in the 15K formula, could they learn how to do what you did to make 119?
If they go through the 15K formula, you'll never again have a question of how do I generate leads.
Isn't that fascinating?
It's awesome.
So just, you know, and you break about 2 a day, right?
Yeah.
Make about
1.5 to a day.
When he has 2 a day, it's not all the time, and he still made 240,000. Checks going up. Is that accurate? He works in this about 2 hours a day, 2-3 hours, something like that. Sometimes he might be lying. I mean, it might be more, but you know.
That may not be accurate. It may be closer.
Wait. Wait. The wife is speaking. He's trying to get all you to work your ass off all day while he goes to the beach, right? So let's get the truth.
It might be a little closer to 1, but.
A little closer to. So you're saying.
I'm counting the time that I spend refreshing.
How much time do you spend refreshing? And then it becomes 2.
Right. So if you include the refreshing checking for new commissions. That's true. Who here thinks this is one of the most badass checks ever for doing almost nothing?
Hey, give him a hand, guys.
All right, we only got a few left. John and Rose. Oh, I got it. Does Kristen want to come up? She can. Do you want to come up? She didn't like it either. She got to come up. Give John and his girlfriend a hand. Dude, you are such a gangster. I can't, you know. What is it really?
When I got here, I think it was 140, and in the past 2 days, I think it's 146. So
wait, the past 2 days it went up how much?
Come on up.
So you've been making $3,000 a day for the last 2 days.
right.
But you've been at the event.
We want to make sure John's not lying.
Wait, so he's been at the event, and you've made how much a day at the event?
3,000 per day.
Maybe some of his team's here. I don't know.
Let us know.
Hey, isn't this an amazing amount of people in this school? Now, we can't make John speak because you don't like it.
I don't like to speak in front of crowds. I'm just like that.
Yeah. They're like, dude, fuck that. Just give me the check. Right? So you do everything online.
Right.
You don't do does he do meetings? I mean, just curious. Do you invite people over to your house, watch them? You guys have a 3D TV, really cool thing, right? You don't invite people over and play the video up and get your friends in, or you don't do any of that. I mean, you just make the money. 130, so that's like 267,600 a year. It's going up, right?
It's going up.
Yeah. It's going up quite significantly.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah, it's going up every single month, and you're just sending people the videos, and then your team's just taking off, or what the hell's going on?
I do a little bit of systems, so a little bit of a difference.
He's a little bit of a systems guy.
So I try to automate everything. So yeah, when you ask them how much people work, I'll probably work a lot on the front end. Like I'll work 12 hours a day sometimes for 2 weeks. But once it's done, I work 5 minutes a day, maybe.
So guys, take that in consideration. He's working.
You do got to work more.
He's working to set up the system so it works for him. Again, let me say that again, guys. He's working in probably his ass off. Actually, we were coming back from the leadership retreat, and we were talking about how you would set up the sites, and she was like, well, I'd wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning, and he'd be sitting there on the computer. I'd be like, what the hell are you doing? But if you put in the work in the beginning, then the work starts to work for you, and then you get to these hour days, and it's like, that's badass.
Now I got. Can I ask you a few more questions? We can hide you behind the checks. Right. I met you, right? And they took me out to the clubs because he's a DJ too, right? Not for the money, just because he just is a DJ, right? And everybody's like, hey John, give him a high five and things like this. How many of your friends know what you do for all this money?
Nobody.
They ask sometimes, don't they?
Yeah, they ask.
So you kind of just, what do you just kind of like, whatever? Don't tell
Do
them.
some online stuff. Yeah.
Do some online stuff. And it's really funny because people are, I was there and I can tell people are actually getting really curious. Did you just move to this big ass house? He's got this big 3D TV and he's got this fancy car and he got all this music equipment. And they're like, what are you doing, John? And he's like, oh, don't worry about it, just this online thing, just this little thing on the internet. It's so funny. You know what I'm saying? So, who in here thought before today that you had to be a public speaker to be successful, truthfully? I mean, I used to think it. You know what I'm saying? Who in here is excited to the fact that you don't? Give John Rose a hand, everybody. Thank you. Thanks for coming up, bro. All right. Appreciate it. All right, just get them in the deal. Get them in the deal. They're all men.
Toby!
Is Toby here? This is some badass check, man. Appreciate you, bro. Yeah, this is, quite a lot. Decent. This is just floating around there. Yeah, so, now, with Empower, you're very part-time, right?
100% part-time.
100% part-time? So,
7 emails.
So you sent 7 emails total?
7 or 8 emails, yeah.
Total? In the beginning. No, he's got a list. We've been marketing online for a long time.
2 years, yeah.
Right. So when he does some influence when he sent the emails, a lot of people got in.
Right.
Right? But that was in the beginning, right? Mm-hmm. So since then, it's just kind of
We haven't done anything.
Yeah.
The team's just doing it.
Now, okay, so just honestly, is that one of the easiest 140,000 you ever made in your life? Well, truthfully, it's like nothing and just the money. Just like let me go do whatever the hell I want to do and just give me a check for 140,000. I think that's
nothing like it on the internet.
Yeah.
Everybody knows it, right?
Oh, look at the room, guys. Is this a little bit bigger than the other events we went to on the internet?
I love it. 3 times the size of that other one that was just a couple of months ago.
Yeah, it's cute, isn't it? It's cute. You go to those events and now you're like, this is kind of cute. You know, and all those people are broke. They ain't making money like this.
We laugh at them. They hate us now, don't they?
Were you here? By the way, yeah, they do. But were you here when? Were you here when 95% of the room had earned a commission? We did. Oh, dude, we did this thing.
You got a picture of that?
Oh, dude. All right, hold on a second, guys. If you've made at least $25 with Empower Network, just stand up and start screaming. This is what happens when you do something that's for the people, folks. Look at the room. Wait, where's the camera? He was here.
Oh, he's in the back.
Oh, yeah, he's got to come up. Which one's this? Oh, this is Toby.
He's got like the whole entourage.
Now, okay,
baby. Guys, he's got his wife with him and his newborn baby. So let's not scream the baby. But
are both Chris's here?
I don't think so. No, but he's got his newborn baby here too.
Give him a hand.
A light hand. Give him a light hand.
This is how I met Chris. Okay, beautiful baby, by the way. Beautiful baby. So this is how I met Chris. We were, kind of just building and things, and then this guy starts making all this money. And I was like, who the hell is this guy? And then he just kind of kept going up and going up and going up and going up. But you haven't been in for 6 months, have you?
Man, I got in just before Christmas, so about 5 6 months. Started January this year is when I really started cranking.
Okay, January you started cranking. And what are you doing a month about here?
As far as financially?
Yeah, but here, from this. I mean, I know it's 202,000, but it just keeps going up for you guys, which is attractive, by the way. I think that's cool.
Yeah, man, we're doing this kind of part time and pulling in,
202,000. That's
in a matter of 6 months, and this just part time gig. Going to be focusing a lot more attention now that we have some higher ticket stuff and we have the the option to make more money up front with the $9.97 and then what you guys have in the future coming, I'm going to be putting a lot more focus on this. Absolutely.
You know, these guys are just pure gangsters. He does all the secret stuff. He doesn't tell anybody. So, I mean, he's got a list. You guys really know what you're doing. And they're really good presenters, systems builders, things like that. But 202,000, honestly, that's pretty, like, how many hours, you said part-time, right? How many hours have you put into this on average a week? I'm just curious.
Here's the thing. I probably put in a good 10 to 12 hours a day, but here's the thing. Most of that time is because I'm a perfectionist. I'm always going through conversions. I'm always trying to tweak things and make things better, make it perform better. But as far as the lead generation stuff to make this money, I mean, that's what it comes down to, is the more leads is the more money. I spend maybe 30 to 45 minutes a day with lead generation type stuff. And the more leads I have, the more money I make. The system does the selling and telling for me. It's a beautiful thing.
No, you guys are just doing an incredible job. Give him a hand. I know you were thinking about your new baby, everything like that. Gorgeous wife, by the way. But you need the bodyguards, you know. Now, did you just do that to look cool? I'm curious.
These are my free bodyguards. So.
Okay, I see your bodyguard.
Yeah. I think that's interesting. So any advice you got for people? I mean, you've made this year. I think you guys will actually make $700,000, $800,000 this year.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to doing this in a month with Empower. But I guess what I can tell you guys is find your why. He's always a good baby. I tell everybody he never cries when here he comes. He's stage fright.
Well, your voice is getting really loud all of a sudden. Yeah. He's getting. Hey, see you later.
But what I was saying is definitely find your why. Okay, I brought them up here, even though he was crying. I brought him up here because that's my why. That's why I do what I do. I ended up with a random burp rag here, but. What can I say? But guys, the thing that you need to remember is it takes two things for success. You need to have a good, solid system, and that's what we have with Empower Network. These guys are always working around the clock for you guys, doing the hard work. You know, we were born and raised with those principles where it takes a lot of hard work to make a lot of money, and that's true. But when you have technology, you can automate the hard stuff, and that's the selling and the telling, the convincing, the twisting of arms. These guys do it for you. And so when you have a good, solid system, it comes down to leads and generating traffic. The more traffic you have is the more money you have. Consistent traffic equals consistent money. And so when you focus on your business and you're doing something, you have a structure for your business, you have a schedule, you have a game plan, you know what your budget is, and you stick to that 60 to 90 days and you have a solid budget, a weekly budget, so you're doing something every day or every week for your business, that's when things are going to happen for you, okay? So have a structure, have a game plan, know if you have $25 a week you can put into marketing, it doesn't matter, do something. Do something for your business every day, at least a couple times a week at least. Do something, and you guys will get results from that, okay? So that's really what it boils down to. A good system, driving traffic, just a few minutes a day, maybe a few minutes a week, whatever you can do. And then when you can walk away from that JOB, how many of you guys want to do that? Walk away from that JOB? Yeah. When you get the opportunity to walk away from your job, many of you guys are rock stars up here, and a lot of you are out there, you have already done that. But as soon as you can walk away from that job, go full time. And by full time, I mean an hour or two a day. And then you guys are going to see some awesome things in your business. So, Dave, you guys done it. You've done it right.
There it is. Congratulations.
Okay, so we got.
Let him come on.
Now, to be fair, I got to be fair here, because wait, hold on, I'm gonna turn this other one around here, because Lawrence, he's been the #1 income earner in Empower Network the entire time we've existed until yesterday. I'm sorry, Lawrence. Chris just passed him, so the checks are a little off actually, because Chris, I think he knew he was within 1,000. He was like, really? Sent an email. Hey, Lawrence, come on up, brother. And give a hand. Hey, we gotta chant his name, you know what I'm saying? Lawrence Stamp.
Lawrence Stamp. Lawrence Stamp. Lawrence Stamp. Lawrence Stamp. Lawrence Stamp.
Alright, so this guy, 100% Hillen, all in. Oh, dude, badass! You are 100%. So Lawrence gets in this deal as an engineer. And this is why this is a cool story, because I've known Lawrence for a long time. And he's always been part-time. He's always been this smart guy. I'm like, you know, here I am working all day, and he just gets these people in India to do it. You know, so I learned how to outsource from you, right? And, you know, he spoke at the Costa Rica Intensive. Who here has that product? Right? A few people who have smelly armpits, then the rest who will go buy it tonight. You came to that, and then, you know, we started talking about this ideas behind this, and then I called you and I was like, hey, we're going to launch this, right?
Yep.
So you came in. Now this is a unique story because it worked then, it works now, and we keep having new stories like this. This is a fascinating thing. This was launch, you know, pre-launch site didn't work, everything like that, but he came in, and a lot of people think it was because he slammed his list that he made money. But what actually happened? What did you actually do? I'm curious.
I got every influential person I knew, and I called them. Called them all.
Right, and you also broke down what you did for like an hour.
So I did a massive pre-sale because who wants a blog, right? Or what is traffic, or where we get it. So like, hey, let's just come together as a community. Come through me. Let me show you what I'm thinking about building.
And you sponsored Toby.
I called Toby.
You called Toby on vacation, and then we launched, and you had a $10,000 day.
On vacation.
Part-time. $10,000 day. And now, Toby's like, yeah, I did a lot of that. Right? And very part-time in Power still, right?
I think I did no more than 5 hours last month. And maybe the month before that, it was 0.
And last month, you made a little over 25. Was it 25?
Yeah.
So $25,000 a month, 5 hours.
Yeah.
Who in here makes $25,000 a month? For the month? There's a handful. You know, who in here makes $25,000 a month right now? 3 or something. How many of you make $25,000 a month in 4 hours? Not too many, right? So that's pretty badass. So talk to me about, because you've made $204,000. I mean, this is a $400,000 a year, 4 hour a month income. We should just go home, probably. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know what to say after that. What encouragement would you have for the new person? You know, there's a lot of new people here, right?
I got a great story. We were in the back of your station wagon in Costa Rica. I was in the back getting my balls kicked by you because we're so tight in the back with the bumpy road. And we're talking, where do we go from here? Like, how do we take it to the next level? Yeah. I was making $5,000 for 2 years. But like most people, I don't take that. I think actually most people think a part-time job is a hindrance. I thought it was a blessing because I was very structured. I knew exactly when I could take my phone calls. People knew I would never answer my phone during certain times. All the money I made, I reinvested. And I did it for 2 years straight. And I just kept building. We had a discussion with Chris Rushla. We were talking, just 5 of us in Ola. And you're like, you know, if I made $12,000 a month, I would maybe think about leaving engineering. I'm going to be a chemical engineer, UT, Hookham. And they're like, you know, you're worth way more than that, right? But I didn't see it. I did not see it. Because all I saw was what I had done in the past, which is no reflection of what's going to happen in the future. And I did not see it. And you guys kept telling me, like, man, you know how much you can make? It's like,
I remember, just because what I figured out is I started selling my own stuff, which of course you can make a lot of money, but the problem is that if you don't know what you're talking about, it's hard. You know, like, let me sell you nothing, right? So I started selling my own stuff, and it was like pulling money out of thin air. Not because I was selling my own stuff, but because it was 100% commission, right? So I actually told you a few months before this, I said, dude, you need to make your own product. Because he actually had credibility, right? And so if you have your own credibility, it's fine. You didn't have time, right? Anyways, I didn't want to interrupt their story. So we talked, but I did tell him. I said, "You're a $30,000 a month guy." I was like, $12,000 a month is weird.
And $12,000 a month was so far out.
That was because I would hit it like 1 month.
I remember that conversation too.
Because the internet marketing, you spike, you ramp, you do a launch, and then it just peters down. You're like, dang, how do I sell this again? Yeah. And it's just so hard. It's like a whole clickbait kind of mentality, and I didn't know how to get out of that because I kept spending it. Would spike, you launch, and you come back down. And my wife's like, you know, I mean, what do you really think you can do this full time? And so you were asking me, when are you going to quit? I was like, I don't think I'll ever quit. Because
guys, he never, seriously,
I was never going to quit.
In his eyes, you could just tell the dude was, he did not believe.
Yeah. No, I told you. I think I'm burning out. You know, I'm running on fumes. I probably work part-time. I did about 40 hours a week, part-time. So I figure if there's people in here who do 80 hours, I did 40 hours at work, and then 40 hours whenever I could. Just squeeze it in there, and I outsourced everything I could, but it was a hard time, a grind. It was a grind. It was definitely a grind.
A lot of guys are part-time, and a lot of people are shaking their heads, and that's kind of what they're doing right now. So.
But one of the things that really stuck with me is I am going to fail faster than the average person. I'm going to keep failing, test it, keep failing, and I'm going to know there's more people that will stop doing it because their why isn't strong enough. Chris touched it. I have 2 little kiddos. I retired my wife, but I knew I couldn't retire myself from engineering until I made more than $12K a month, consistently for 12 months. So even when I hit this, you're like, when are you going to quit? I'm like, I'm not. It hasn't been 12 months yet. Right? But as of April 18th, I got laid off.
Hey, do you guys think that was a coincidence, or do you think that kind of everything happened for a reason?
The reason!
Yeah, so plan B just kept getting bigger, and David, like, that story is so badass.
We didn't want him to lose his brother. When we heard he got laid off, we're like, shit.
Well, what did your mom say? What did your mom say?
So my parents are Cantonese, are from Hong Kong, and they're very traditional. My dad's like, he's got a master's, and all my cousins have PhDs, and I was sort of the failure because all I got was a mechanical engineering degree. And no joke, out of high school, my dad's like,
you ought to be ashamed of yourself.
my dad's like, you're going to the Marines. So I enlisted to the Marines, hoorah. But I believe there's a higher calling. I actually contracted or got exercise-induced asthma. Who knows what that is? And I never made it, never went out there. And my dad never thought I would amount to public speaking because he makes a lot of money. He's like, well, whatever. I made crazy money, and then I got laid off, and for a month straight, and still to today, my mom's like, we're at dinner, she's like, hey, a buddy of mine down the street's still hiring for this engineering job. And I'm like, Mom, I'm retired. I'm not laid off. I'm retired. Totally different mind shift. And my mom, she's never going to see that.
Yeah, right? It's hilarious. And my mom's kind of like that too. Except for now, she's like, you're still making money in that scheme? Let's go. No, sorry, it worked. Right? So, all right. So you start making all this money, and you're making this money, part-time. Here's the challenge that happens, right? Is you're working your ass off all day at a job, and you're used to kind of just sitting there all day. And it's like you got nothing to do, and you're just making 5 times the money. It's challenging, isn't it?
No, it is. It is. Like, what do you do all day? What do you do, right? So,
Tracy, she's just sitting there. She's like, what do I do all day?
One of the first things that happened was when I went full-time and I announced it because I got laid off and I'm a retired engineer, everyone bombarded me with phone calls. And I'm like, well, I thought I did this part-time to continue doing it part-time.
Yeah.
That was the path I wanted to take.
We had a conversation about that.
Yeah, because I don't want to make $100,000 a month. That's not my goal, right? I just want to build water wells and hang out with people that need more help and hang out with my family. That's it. That probably only makes $12,000 a month. So my house is paid off, right? I paid it off as an engineer because I'm super tight, just like you were saying, super tight.
His face is like.
So I paid everything off, and now my wife, as of right now, is looking for a house. I'm like, wait. We haven't been making this money that long though. But it's been like half a year, and I probably paid $500,000, I guess.
So you guys, just stop for a second.
Cheap.
Now this is easier than being an engineer, isn't it? Truthfully?
Truthfully
easier and more money.
More money.
Less work. And you didn't make the site, the sales videos.
I just did a pre-sale.
You just did a pre-sale. Relationships. You got a lot of relationships. A lot of people have relationships, and they're getting in with,
You didn't quit. We didn't quit. Times got a little tough, and maybe you weren't making the money that you wanted to make, and you didn't quit.
Who in here has gotten a phone call from me during my lunch period?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I have.
Okay. I've called a lot of people during my lunch hour, and in Houston weather with mosquitoes, you're always asking, why is it always so windy when you're calling me? Because I'm in the parking lot. I'm literally in the parking lot. I'm in the parking lot with the headset on, talking to people. I did that for years, like 2-3 years.
Well, what I was wondering is, here's what I was wondering. This is the truth. Is Lauren starts making all this money, and I was like, you didn't quit that stupid job. And he's like, no, I'm just kind of, hanging out. It's nice security. It's like, it's a security that's a fifth of your income. It was this great story because it's like we got this part-time guy making $30,000 a month, He's part-time, just engineer, kind of, it's like Dilbert. No, seriously, I mean, Lawrence is a smart guy, but guys, the reason I'm bringing him up for a bit is because how many people in here are part-time? You do this part-time. Who thinks it's badass that a part-time guy who's still part-time is making $400,000 a year?
So the point where you physically just go all out, all in, is there's a point in your marketing lifespan that you finally commit. And mine was when I went to my boss's office. I had the best review I've ever had, crushed it out, did everything I was told. My boss told me, hey man, you did fantastic on your review, you're 5 stars all the way. There's no raise this year because there's no money in the budget and there's no bonus. And I was thinking to myself, I was like, you really just actually decreased my income with inflation. And so that mentally, I checked out. At that point forward, I was like, I ain't having it. So I don't know how long it's going to take me, but it's going to happen.
Well, I'm going to tell you guys something here. We live in this screwed up world, right? And I know I look screwed up, but the reality is that what happens is you're free for a while and you just kind of can do whatever you want, and then you just kind of forget what it used to be like to be poor and have to go to a cubicle all day, And you start acting a little funny, It just kind of happens. Your hair grows a little longer or whatever. But society is screwed up, really screwed up. And how many people, when you were a kid, if you were a kid, 5, and I said, here's the deal. I know you like playing with Legos, kid. You're going to sit in a cubicle all day for the next, first you got to go to a room all day, listen to boring people for 8 hours, take lots of tests. And then when you graduate, you're going to sit in a cubicle all day for 8 hours a day. So you can barely pay for anything. And then when you're 65, you can play with Legos again. I mean, if I was 5 and I, didn't swear, I would have looked up and said, "You asshole." I am not getting in that scheme. I love you, brother.
Just if you guys don't know, I mean, I've been with you in a couple companies. And it's always been the dream to just, make some money, and you always kept telling me, why are you not making $5,000 easily? Yeah. And I think this is one of the easiest things I've done. I haven't done anything last month.
Yeah.
And just until 2 months ago, my wife finally admitted she believes I make this money. No, I'm serious. Like the bank account comes in and I show her, and she's like, "What is this?" I'm like, "That's actual money." It's like, for someone who has a threshold to the maximum you can make, I always thought I would make no more than 110 in engineering max. That was the goal. I'd be the 60-year-old guy wearing a plaid shirt and with the pocket protector and some, that's just it. That was it. Never would I think I could make that in a month.
Guys, I'm going to tell you guys something. Confirm this for me, okay? When you first start out, it's like you think making money is hard, right? Who's experienced it, right? Making money is hard. I experienced it, right? I thought it was hard to sponsor because I wander around in Walmart a lot and didn't get anybody in, But then something happens, maybe it's you get a commission, maybe it's an event like this, where you see so many people doing it, but then all of a sudden something shifts. And here's what happens, is when you believe making money is easy, it is. Right? It just is. It's not, it's easy to do. Now, Lawrence, now you've been doing it for a while. It's kind of like, now you've been making more than this for a while. So $20,000 a month, you think about it, it sounds easy, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Now here's the thing. He was having a hard time believing $5,000 a month was easy.
Yeah.
Right? And now he's like, 20,000? I didn't have to do anything for that. I worked 4 hours last month, made more than $25,000. It's toilet paper to me, right? Not really. But no, it's easy, right?
It is.
And it's super easy.
It's highly leveraged with the system you have. And I couldn't have done it without Toby, Sam Levitz, Cynthia, Franco. They're not really my team. But what I do is I roll with people who want this as much as I do. Not my brother, who just wants to do what he does. Not my sister-in-law, who thinks I'm a scammer. She does. But so I just basically said, I want to be like David Wood, make a crazy amount of money, so I just kept following you until you called me.
Well, let's talk about this. Okay, so I did a conference in Costa Rica. It was 3,000. And before that conference, it was last year, we'd been working together for a while. I always thought you were underpaid. We talked from time to time. You know, and I was like, God, you know, and that was what I was frustrated with because, you know, I worked my ass off and then it finally got to a place where I was working a small amount of hours but making a lot of money. And I taught it to everyone and no one could do it. You know what I'm saying? It's like they couldn't do it. It's like they couldn't do what I was doing. And so I wanted to develop something where they could do what I was doing. And I invited Lawrence out because we'd been working together for a long time, right? And you flew down to Costa Rica. He did. He earned it. He worked with me for a long time. He didn't call and whine. He didn't ask for help. You know, he produced, and then I respected it and paid attention, right? So I invited him out. He flew to Costa Rica. And when you came down, how much were you making?
I actually had to call him for a sick day because I didn't have any vacation left.
He called in, he pretended he was sick.
Barrett Bueller.
You don't have the job anyway, it's fun.
Flew down to Costa Rica, paid for his own ticket to come hang out. Then how many months later did all this start happening?
Well, basically, I actually missed the email you sent out about the pre-launch. I got it on the second day because I think you pulled me aside like, hey, we're doing something. I'm like, really? I didn't know we were doing anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so basically, 3 months, 4 months after that?
So it was like 3 or 4 months after that, we had this experience. All this comes together. Then 40 days, 40,000. Or 50, 40. It was from the pre-launch, which was about a week or two, because the site wasn't working, which was why the pre-launch was so long. We had to stack up the order forms and hold them, right? But then we launched, so the pre-launch plus the launch, total 45 days. It was $49,000. Now you know we're growing better now than we were then. You guys know that. Now we got credibility. Now we've got, you know, last month 9 people made over 20,000 last month, right? It's just the start. How many people know in here this is just a start? Right? How many people are excited to be on the front end of a movement, and on the front end, a part-time guy makes $50,000?
So we're always thinking like when I'm in the stands or in the crowd listening, I'm like, I don't know if I can bring in 100 people or 200 people, whatever. So I bring in one person who brings me Dwayne Powell, and I'm like, we never worked together. And then I keep seeing these pass-ups. I'm like, damn, I need to send that guy who gave me Dwayne Powell a birthday card or something.
Excuse me.
You know, he gave me thousands of dollars for us working together. And it's just ridiculous because it's not really who you know, it's who they know also. It just gets to a crazy level it's unpredictable.
Making money is easy.
Yeah.
But you gotta believe it's easy. You gotta believe it's easy, and then it will become easy. Trust me on that, guys. Now, last thing, let's do this, okay? Isn't this a lot of people making money, folks?
Yes.
6 months.
Picture real quick while he's here.
All right, so how about this, guys? Just for a second here. We got a lot of checks. Now, we got another one here. Now, this isn't to show anybody, but this is Dave and I are also affiliates. Hey, everybody who's got a check, come up. Everybody pull out your cameras. Everybody pull out your cameras. Everybody who's got a check, just kind of come up, stand up here. Who thinks this is badass? Hey, we got video cameras on? Video cameras are on. All right, hey guys, let's just do a chant together. You guys ready to chant a bit? 100% commissions. 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 Hey, woo! You guys. Hey guys. Okay, so here's the deal, guys. We got a special announcement. We should take a break for 15 because we went over by a long time.
Yeah. Let's do 20 minutes here, guys.
20 minutes.
20
be back. We got a special, incredibly special announcement. And tonight, by the way, come back tonight. We're gonna take a dinner break, and we got a party all night till 1 in the morning or 2.
Yeah. Hey guys, we'll see you in 20 minutes. We love you.